Well, listen, it's been about 2 years since the first album, a long time in pop, and I know that it hasn't been plain sailing the last couple of years. Can you tell us what's been happening, why you've been away for so long?
Well, to start off, we went around the world twice, and we spent a lot of time in America, and we had a lot of problems when we got back. Our management had sort of disappeared with all our money, so we had to pay off all our debts, and there was just a whole change in everybody. We all became slightly schizophrenic, I think, and just had to sort of recover from that.
Coming to you from Edinburgh, the birthplace of Harry Potter, Sir Sean Connery, Penicillin, The Telephone, Robert Louis Stevenson, and the Bay City Rollers. It's Trilling Musical Fire, and here's your hosts, Stephen and Paul Nicholson.
So welcome to Trilling the Musical Fact. I'm Paul Nicholson.
And I'm Stephen Nicholson.
Thanks for joining us in the latest episode in our Hidden Prime Cuts series, where we highlight a song by a band or singer which we feel deserve more attention, i.e. it was a B-side or an unreleased track or a single that wasn't a big hit. Today we're taking a trip back to 1990s Britain at the start of the Britpop musical movement as we take a listen to Blur's 1993 single, Chemical World. Can you tell us some facts about the song?
So yeah, it was written by the band and released as a single in the UK on the 28th of June 1993, and it was the band's second single from their second album, Modern Life is Rubbish. It reached number 28 on the UK charts, and actually, which I didn't know, there's a different version of this song that appears on the US version of the album, which was, I think, the American record company thought would be more suitable for the American market. And on Beavis and Butthead, when the video was reviewed, Beavis said that he wanted to urinate all over the band and the wildlife, including a snail and Damon Albarn. There we go.
Let's talk about the song then, Stephen. So you nominated this. What do you think about it?
I love this song. I remember you buying the CD single back in the day. So that was when I first heard it. And for me, it's not one of the band's really famous songs, like, Girls and Boys, Part Life, or Song 2. For me, it's better. It's just pure Blur, isn't it? It's got great guitar. It's got a beautiful chorus. There's great harmonies on it. I love that kind of yes, yes refrain in it. You've got a lovely twinkly guitar interlude as well. In fact, let's maybe play that. And yeah, I was fortunate enough to see the band perform this live when they played Edinburgh Corn Exchange in December 1999, when the band were doing their kind of greatest hits tour. And
I was there as well, yes.
They were performing all their singles from beginning to end. Brilliant! And they played this song, which was great, and it was such a privilege, because really, at this point, Blur are one of the biggest bands in Britain and playing stadiums. So to see them in a venue which was 2,000 people was a real treat. But I just love this song. Definitely one of their best. Certainly my favourite, I think. So yeah, what do you think? You bought the CD single back in the day?
Yeah, I know, because I only really knew a wee bit about Blur. You sort of, at the time, I associated them, because they changed their style. At the time, I sort of associated them with like the spiral carpets and all that sort of stuff at the early 90s. But then I don't even remember where I first heard it. I just know I liked it. I think maybe on the radio or something. And the guitar bit that you like, it always reminds me of "I Feel Fine" by the Beatles. Do 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 do. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I always liked that bit for that reason, and I just think it's a really good, really upbeat song, and it's not one that's so that well known. Really, it's not. If you're asking somebody about a Blur song, unlikely they would mention that song. But I think it was done just before they became big. Really, it was just on that precipice of going there. But I think it's a really good. And I hadn't heard the album version till I think I'd got it on iTunes maybe, or I'd bought it actually, and
Right.
it's kind of got like a sort of Benny Hill bit at the end almost. So you were saying the American version. What's the American version? Is that because I imagine that wouldn't have that bit at the end? No.
No, it was. I think they call it the reworked version.
Right, okay.
So yeah, you can check it out. It's obviously just a different production on it.
The paymakers had enough of the thieves. Takes the bus into the country.
Which is worth checking out. You can get it. Just check it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Another thing to note as well is because I was obviously listening to this for the podcast, and so I put it on my phone via Apple Music, and what they've done with the album cover for Modern Life is Rubbish is they've actually, as they've done with a lot of album covers now, make them dynamic and really cool. So they'd actually changed they've got the album cover, but they've animated it. And for those that don't know, the album cover's a steam train. And what they've done with that steam train is they actually animated it, so it looks like it's moving. You've got the steam moving above it, which is really, really good. So if you've got Apple Music, check it out. It's a
So it's Last Orders at the Bar. We've enjoyed delving into Blur's world today. Thanks to you for listening, and be sure to come back for more hidden prime cuts. Until then, keep trimming.
Trimming the Musical Fat podcast is a Stephen and Paul Nicholson production. Contact us via voicemail by going to anchor.fm/TTMF/message, or tweet us at Musical Trimming, or email us at trimmingthemusicfat@gmail.com. Keep up to date on the show by joining our Facebook group or visiting our website www.trimmingthemusicalfat.com.